Y'all really just let me talk to myself for 1,000 videos on here, huh? And still letting me go? Alright, cool.
You know BTS!
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lady and we are here again today for our 1,000th video celebration. 1,000, can y'all believe that? I've been sitting in this room talking to myself for 1,000 videos. I know, girl, it's pretty sad. You're the only one here that I talk to. Okay, no Penelope cameo in this video, I guess. No, today I wanted to just say thank you all again so much for this amazing journey we've been on, over 1,000 videos, and I kind of wanted to just do something a little fun, do something a little different, and I decided for my 1,000th video, we needed to do the A to Z of BTS Landon's version. No Taylor Swift, whatever. No, I wanted to go through every single letter of the alphabet and assign it one of my favorite things about Bangtan. Let's kick this thing off with letter A. This is not gonna be like Sesame Street, I promise. What's the letter? Letter A, we could not start it off with anything other than the adorable representative MCs for Youth. Yes, ARMY. ARMY, let's put it like this. If BTS is the house, I feel like ARMY are the walls or the floor. Like you can always go into this house and you can see the beauty of it. But during the early days of BTS, it was ARMY that really helped lay the structure of this unique fan base that BTS has. Like I couldn't start a video without talking about ARMY, and it's one of the biggest things that BTS is known for is the fan base, how, you know, dedicated and stuff we are, and how truly we like to represent ourselves as ambassadors for BTS. Listen, one thing to say is that BTS is known for their amazing music and everything, but one thing they're also known for is this amazing fan base. So ARMY, this one's for you. You get the A+. Let's move on down to B for Bon Voyage, one of my favorite series here involving BTS. So Bon Voyage, you know, the boys set sail to a different country for an entire season and get to explore the city, the culture, while bonding with each other and really learning more about their other members. They've lived together for a long time at this point, but there's always something to learn about somebody, especially if you put them in a new setting, in a new place. It's always fun to see different connections and different pairings, and when they go on their little adventures and stuff like that. And plus, it helps me see a side of the world that I wouldn't get to see without BTS. So B goes for Bon Voyage. I couldn't talk about C and I couldn't talk about BTS without bringing up my favorite part of BTS, choreography. Thank you so much for all this amazing movement and moves you've given us over the years. Though BTS is known for their choreography, amazing dancers, and amazing artists. But what I really love about it is that some of the members in the group didn't start off as dancers, and it shows if you have passion and if you love something and if you work really hard on it, you can do anything. And that's such an inspiring story. So not only do we get all these Bepse moves and all this iconic choreography, C is for choreography. D? This is gonna be for Dark and Wild, the debut studio album from BTS that included amazing songs on it, which is still one of my top 3 favorite albums, and we'll talk about that eventually on the channel. But Dark and Wild has some underrated, amazing hits to me. Obviously, we had our singles, we had Danger, War of Hormone, things like that, but the little known amazing songs that are on Dark and Wild, such as Second Grade, Look Here,
What's poppin', girl? Poppin'!
Let Me Know, and Cypher Part 3, like, I mean, it's great. It's such an amazing debut album, and I'm so proud of them. And if anybody thought in my last BTS comeback video I was talking ish about Dark and Wild,
I may even click Dark and Wild, honestly, before B. Don't.
No. Dark and Wild, a masterpiece, iconic. And you're getting the D, baby. E is going to be for eating, or lack thereof, whenever I'm watching their shows.
I want to be a lobster.
So if you watch me on Patreon and you watch me watch In the Soup and Bon Voyage and everything like that, you'll notice my stomach rumbles for majority of it because the boys are always eating, okay? I had to learn new cultural norms such as like slurping and stuff like that. I got to be exposed to so many different types of food and preparation of food. So I'm talking about you. Season 1 of In the Soup, and I had to watch that poor little fish. But anyway, that's here and on there. BTS, I feel like, is known for their music, their dancing, and to me, and to real ARMY, their love of food. Their love of food and always eating. And so I want to say E is for eating. Thank you for showing me everything. E was going to be for eat Jin, but let's be honest, all of them eat, okay? And everybody wants to eat Jin. Let me stop. F is for the fan cams. One specific person I want to shout out Ultimate Dodo that's given us iconic fan cams over the years, giving us different angles, different focus cams, and fan cams is a part of BTS just as much as like memes are a part of BTS, if that makes any sense. Fan cams are vital for people all over the world that aren't able to be there, that aren't able to see these experiences. Without the fan cams and 240 resolution on Twitter, I don't know if BTS would be as successful today. I think they would be, honestly, I think they would be, but I just can't help to think about the people that have seen Bepse fan cam and said, huh, let me look into these boys. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, all right. So fan cams. I want to say thank you to everybody with fan cams that post them legally and stuff. Big hit, don't at me. Okay, thank you. G is going to be for Golden Closet Films. Though I haven't seen them all yet. I have watched about 5 of them on my Patreon channel, and I love JK's directorial decisions. I love watching him be creative behind the camera instead of in front of the camera, because you can see there is a passion for that for him as well. So him being able to express that, giving the army extra footage, is definitely a win-win for every single person involved in this scenario here. We have iconic moments that can only come from the perspective of JK. Thank you, JK, for G in Golden Closet Films. H is going to be for Hoso. Yes, Hope, our Hobie. H is for Hobie, the master of dance, the wearer of pants. He'll put you in a trance with just a little stance. You know which one I'm talking about. Okay, Hobie is an amazing, vital member of BTS. He brings not only amazing choreography, he brings a sunshine to the members, a smile to people's faces, you know, a giddiness to the environment that can probably become very stressful, because we all know about the K-pop industry. Hobie is not only an amazing rapper and vocalist, but a sunshine in our hearts that we could not imagine BTS not having. So H goes out to you, Hobie. Thank you. Moving on to I in the soup.
BTS in the soup.
Okay, so I've only seen the first season of In the Soup at this point, but I'm so ready for the second one. I love In the Soup so much because at its rawest form, you're able to see the boys' connection like none other. In Run, they have all these objectives and crazy things they have to do in order to win. So, you know, you see a different side to them. In Bon Voyage, they have a new city to explore. They have all these kind of things to find and really focus on besides the other members. And In the Soup, you got 2 things to focus on: a hobby you want to do or hanging out with another member. And I really loved that scenario. You got to see so many pairings and so many conversations that you've seen before, but you get to see the real raw emotion behind them and the truth. And it goes to show how the boys have bonded and changed over the years. And in order to grow, you have to have this amazing ability to communicate and fix things, set them straight. And I think that things like In the Soup, especially during the Panini time, was able to level the boys' minds a little bit, get them a little less stressed, and bring a little bit more comfort to everybody in the group. So I is for In the Soup. J is for JK. Yes, Jungkook, we are here for the Golden Matinee in our J category. Not only did we get to watch you grow up from a small little middle schooler to this amazing man that you've grown to be, but we've got to see you teach us how to be a better person as well through the amazing kindness and inspiration that you give to everybody that loves you. And you also got to bring us the most infamous JK twerking in overalls scene from Run, which is still one of my favorite. But no, you were so talented singing, rapping. Okay, yes, my bad voice, so I like that, girls. We never forget that. Entertainer, actor, comedian, all of it. You know that. You know that. Golden Matinee, we can only hope that our kids can turn out to be half as good as JK. Okay, and that's on J. K is for Kim Army, Min Yoonji, and every other time the boys dressed up like girls. Now, I have not seen Rookie King yet. That is another thing that's on my list of things to watch on my Patreon, but we're going to talk about the ones that I have seen, such as Kim Army from the House of Army, as well as from House of Army Hobie. Does he have a name? Hobie here with the pearls and the bob.
What's your name, P.O.B., so they calling you Bob?
All right, but then the most iconic person in my eyes is Min Yoonji. She's still out here living her life. We get updates from her every now and then, but it was so great to see her in her natural environment, you know, just really being herself and trying to push these schoolboys away. Because you know what? Nobody deserves Min Yoonji. It's true. The letter L is for lyrics. Let's talk about how these are some of the most beautiful, thought-provoking lyrics in music these days. The reason that I love BTS so much, and the reason that I go through all of these lyrics all the time, is because the translations are something that can't be done in English verbatim 100%. It takes a lot more thinking. It takes a lot more description in order to describe what somebody is saying in the Korean language in English. So to me, it's so fun just seeing the beauty of the language come to life whenever I do these translations, and to see how much effort the boys really put into their music besides just this amazing beats and choreography and visuals and outfits and everything. When you break it down, then the real nitty-gritty part of a song is what it's trying to tell you. And the boys make sure they always try to tell you something positive, unless they got haters and August D comes out, okay? So L is for lyrics, and it's not an L as a loss, it's an L as in legend. Okay, thank you. M, Map of the Soul series. Okay, I had to put this in here because this is what got me. This is what hooked me. Map of the Soul 7 is what brought me to this world of BTS, and without it, I do not think that I would be here. Map of the Soul 7 is the perfect arrangement of songs of all varieties, all genres. It gives the boys all a showcase to stand out, a time to shine, as well as show off some amazing pairings, but then at the top, shows off the 7 of them together and how all of them make amazing music when they're in the same song. So Black Swan on We Are Bulletproof the Eternal, just some amazing group songs. But like I said, I love Map of the Soul 7 because it gave us the ability to really see some specific sides to each member, and I love that. So M is for Map of the Soul, mostly Map of the Soul 7, but you know, there's a few other ones, Persona and stuff like that. It's still good. We love the songs that were on there too. But 7 is the one that got me. The letter N, of course, for Namjoon, the leader, the thing that holds Bangtan together. And I do not think that if anybody else was a leader, BTS would be where they are today. You could argue with me that any of the other boys in the group could have been the leader and things could have turned out differently or whatever, but Namjoon has such an intellect, such an outlook on life that's so different from a lot of people in this world that I think that uniqueness definitely gave BTS an advantage of having a leader that is so well-rounded, so cultured, so full and so in love with art, not just music, but paintings, reading, literature, all that. That made him a multi-level king, a multi-level leader.
Will we produce the whole album in English?
Yeah.
That's the question?
I do not think BTS would be where they are without Namjoon. So, it is for Namjoon. O is for 1. Map of the Soul 1? No, boo. Number 1 on the Billboard charts. Okay? Alright. All these records that BTS has broken, these glass roofs that have been shattered by these boys.
More.
Becoming number 1 on Billboard, even getting nominated for Grammys and stuff. We don't need to talk about the all the details of it and stuff, but
Yeah, kind of disappointed. First time we heard that, Doja was gonna win, but it's all right. We can admit it.
the records that they're breaking, I wanted to dedicate a section to that, and that's why I think Billboard 1, O for 1, number 1, is the perfect place to put that. I mean, what better way to show how big of a fan base and how much they've grown since even I became into the fandom is to watch their Billboard journey. You know, Dynamite, Butter, Permission to Dance, My Universe right now, that like ARMY knows what to do when a new song comes out. We got to get it up. We're going to get it to the top, and that's such an amazing part of the fan base that helps them achieve new levels with every single new release. And so going back to the A of it can't be done without ARMY, and BTS knows that. They say it all the time too. So thank you for all the work from ARMYs, for all these number 1s that have helped BTS reach new fans. P, Park Jimin. We need to talk about Lil Chim Chim and his little dancey ass. No, Jimin has one of the most beautiful voices I've ever heard before in my life, and I hate to say this because I don't like to admit these things, but if I did have solo favorite songs on albums, for some reason, I keep falling back into Jimin's. I keep falling back into Lie. I keep falling back into Serendipity. It's just those different sides of him that you can see on his music is amazing, and not to mention the dance, baby. This guy can dance. Something about this boy's body that makes me feel like he is a robot and he's being programmed by Son Sunduk or Bang, whoever, to just be the most amazing dancer I've ever seen in my life. So congratulations to Park Jimin for having an amazing singing voice, for having an amazing dance catalog and work ethic. We love you for that. Q is for quality interactions. One thing that really separates BTS from a lot of groups, not just in the K-pop world, but in the whole world, is how much they truly love their fan base. They really spend the time to go live after concerts, to try their best to answer fans. And right now, BTS is at a point in their life where they're not able to do that thing that they used to do with all the fan meets and the meet and greets and going to see everybody. But even little things like JK answering these Q&As on Instagram and stuff like that, they do what they can to try to make these interactions full, genuine, genuine and not fake or forced. You can always tell how much they appreciate ARMY whenever they're talking to them or about them.
축하해요.
그래 고마워.
형,
왜?
사랑해요.
그래. 고맙다.
왜 말을 안 해요? 말을 안 해요.
아 고맙다.
아, 말을 한번 해줘야지.
아 됐어.
말을 한번 해줘야지 나가지. 그러면 안 나가지. 아, 진짜. 말 한번 해줘야지.
그래 사랑한다.
R is for Run BTS, baby. The iconic series that have brought us so many amazing moments, memes, Lachimo La La's, Sleeping Tomatoes, Twerking JK, some other stuff we're gonna talk about that I almost said, but we're gonna save it for the list, okay? No, this has been such an amazing thing to watch. I, right now, currently have watched 96 episodes, and I feel like I have like 50-something more still, but hopefully we get more in the future. But every single week is a new category, a new challenge, or a new task for the boys to complete, and just seeing them in these different obstacles and different things, it really does help you get to know them so much better because you get to see them in these specific situations. For example, like on a water slide floaty obstacle course versus how they react in a board game versus how they react if they have to all turn on each other in the middle of a run game. You know, it's things like that that like you drop them all in different scenarios and different chaos ensues every week, and we love it. So R is for Run BTS. S is for Seokjin. I was gonna put him for W for Worldwide Handsome, but you know what? He's so much more than Worldwide Handsome. Yes, we know that. But the talented vocal king. Okay, one of the people I was talking about that just did not have a dance background, that had worked his literal ass off to make it to where he is on par with Jimin and J-Hope. You know, like that's inspiration for me. This boy that was found on a bus stop is now out here touring the world. Jin has such an amazing personality and outlook on life too, about just loving yourself, being confident, and knowing your worth.
물론 그때 못했겠지만 그래도 채찍질 하지 말고. And that's what he tries his best to teach every single person. And that's what I really love about him too, is that's why he ended up becoming one of my double biases, is because I realize whenever Jin is talking, when he's talking, I feel like I relate to what he has to say the most out of anybody, because I need to hear that. So this is for you, King Jin. You are RS, our super. T is for the most beautiful moment in life series. This is the HYYH series moment here. This is one of those iconic trilogies in BTS's history. Can you see? It's right off cam. Where the imagery has outlasted even to this day. Every time a new comeback comes out, they're like, oh my God, HYYH related? Are we doing storyline? What's up? Anytime there is any type of like rocky sounds or something like that, we draw it back there. Anytime there's fire, we're like, oop, like Yoongi when he's on fire, but you know, I need you, run. All of these were given to us from this amazing iconic era, and I think this is one of those eras that really shaped BTS into becoming the intricate artist and group that they are. So this is for you, the most don't at me for that either. I just whatever. The most beautiful moment in life, okay? You get the T. That's the T, baby. U for this is for all the unreleased selfies that are on all of the boys' phones. I don't want to breach anybody's privacy. You know what I mean? I would never want to do that. But if there was hackers that could maybe just get like 1 or 2 selfies they show them taking on TV shows and then don't post anywhere else, that'd be amazing. I do appreciate all they give us on Weverse. I appreciate all the different moments they give us. U is for all of those unreleased selfies that are just sitting in that phone, sitting on the iCloud, and all of us are just wondering about what they are. Those moments too where Jimin says, oh, I got a lot of pictures of them doing bad things or whatever he said. Really just makes you think. Really just makes you think. So you know what you need to do. Release the selfies. V, of course, is for V. Our Kim Taeyoung, the wild child of the group about us, the one that's just different, but always so relatable at the same time. This boy is not afraid to go off and do what he wants to do. And this boy is not afraid of people judging him based off of what he does. This boy also has one of the growliest voices I've ever heard in my life. I know he's still in there. I know he's still in there. But Tae has given us some amazing moments, whether on music, on stage. He was the hidden member at first, and whenever he made his entrance, we knew that BTS was then complete. So this is for you, VV. W is for, of course, I think what is my favorite album, Wings. Wings, I read a book for it. I read Demian, okay? I don't read. I read for them.
Wings is the most amazing album, and whenever I said Map of the Soul 7 really got to show off their signature personalities and styles on songs, I feel like Wings was the first one to really do that. Obviously, with Lie, Stigma, First Love even, you know, just the raw, pure emotions of these boys. But we cannot not talk about Blood, Sweat, and Tears, my favorite music video in the world. The art, the class, the structure, the dance, the everything, amazing. And I don't know, I always say this all the time, but I think Wings has to be my favorite album. I mean, Map of the Soul 7 is probably actually technically it, but if it didn't have that bias of being my first album, I always wonder, would it have been Wings? So W is for Wings, but we know Wings would win. Look at all those W's. Okay, all right. X is a hard one to find, but X is for Yoongi Xylophone from episode 31 of Run BTS. Yes. We love all Yoongi sound effects, and I kind of want to encompass this all in this one xylophone entry. And all these little things like that. And this little xylophone was iconic. So I wanted to dedicate this entire letter X to Yoongi sound effects. Oh, that could also work too. Do that one. Okay. Speaking of the king, why is for Yoongi, baby? My bias. The first one I heard, I know everybody knows the story, but I heard Halsey's album Manic, and I heard Suga's interlude on there. That's what made me watch and listen to Map of the Soul 7, and that's why we're here today. So it was because of Yoongi's sultry voice. His ability to express emotion without really me knowing what he was saying. And that was the moment where I was like, huh, I guess you don't really need to know. They're expressing what they need to express without even knowing the language. And that was something that I didn't think was possible. So of course I had to investigate, and of course I had to dive deeper, and look where we are here, doing the A to Z of BTS. Alright, and our last and final letter we're gonna be going over today is Z. And you know, Z is for zombies. One of the earlier run episodes that have just stuck in my brain as iconic. The zombie episode where the boys have to go through the zombie hospital and Yoongi puts them bows up ready to fight. That was the moment I was like, yep, for sure my bias, because I'm gonna need them to stick up for me like that. But also it just shows once again all the boys interact in situations like this. The people you think wouldn't be the scared or the ones ready to fight, the ones that you thought would be scared were just kind of walking through. And that dichotomy and that entire structure of BTS is what I think is the true glue and the true foundation for what makes BTS so different and original. They got more tricks to pull out of their sleeve that they'll show you, and they're not afraid to show you. So always be ready to see what they're gonna bring next. All right, everyone, that's gonna do it for my A to Z video of our BTS. Thank you again so much for 1,000 frickin' videos that y'all been around with me. If you like this, make sure you click like, comment, and subscribe. I have exclusives on Patreon. Also just launched a new YouTube membership that you could join down below. Also, they have some things called special thanks if you want to send some special thanks. I'll give you a little shout out next video. But with that being said, I love you all so much, and thank you again so much for the support. I'll be back with more videos soon, but until then, I love ya. Bye. Would love to know them by name. So